Greetings everyone. In this video I'm covering the topic of how we can find balance in a world or a society where we're being subjected to or impacted by an information and communication overload. In this current era, of course, we have many forms of communication. We can communicate with people by person-to-person meetings and talking with them. We can communicate by telephone, by mobile phone, by text messages, by emails, by instant messaging, by video conferences and chats. So we have all this technology available to us that creates those opportunities for communication, for connecting in those ways. Also, most of these methods of communication allow for instant contact with people. So you don't have to wait to reach out to someone and receive a response. Much of the time we're expecting to get some type of an instant response, since we have all of these methods of contact that we can access. Of course, this creates some excess pressure where we feel the need to respond to things right away, to pick up the phone and respond to a text or a call. We also tend to get backed up with things. We might have 100 emails and we don't get a chance to go through all of them in a day. And so we start to develop a backlog of messages. It's common to call someone and you hear that their voicemail is full and they can't receive any additional messages. We also have a massive amount of information available at our fingertips, so to speak. So we can go online and search for information in many different places. We're also receiving information that's either solicited or unsolicited. So we may be getting a ton of emails. We may be bombarded with all kinds of advertisements. So we're getting all this information directed toward us. And we really don't have the time or the resources to pay attention to all of it, to take it all in and make use of all of it. As a result, it's important to learn to be kind of selective, to have some limits and boundaries as far as how you deal with communication and receiving information or seeking information. One thing to keep in mind is that we're here in human bodies with a human nervous system, and there's only so much we can do at a particular time. We can't overextend ourselves. We can't be everything to everyone. We can't be every place at once. So we have to kind of focus or hone in our attention. When we do this, some people may not like it. There might be people who are in some way offended that you don't reply to their call or their message right away. But you have to decide what's healthy and reasonable for yourself. Sometimes you'll just have to disappoint people, and you may just need to let them know that there's only so much you can do. You're not Superman, you're not some other superhero who can work at the speed of light. You can be everywhere all the time. When it comes to information, we do need to have filters. We start to learn that some forms of information tend to be irrelevant for us. so we could start to tune out or block out that form of information and bring our attention more toward what we've learned will be relevant for us. If you're in a particular profession, you may spend a significant amount of time reading or reviewing information that is relevant to your particular profession. You wouldn't spend much time reading or observing information that applies mainly to other professions. So in every aspect of our life that would tend to apply, we tune into what's relevant to ourselves and we tune out what's really not that relevant to ourselves. If we're not careful, however, we may find ourselves being pulled into many different directions, especially if you have many different interests, many different people or organizations that you're connected with. You might start to notice that you're getting overwhelmed with input, with information. So at some point you have to find a balance. You have to set limits and boundaries to ensure that you can maintain your own center, that you'll have enough energy and time for yourself. When you do this, there might be times where you feel guilty, where you feel that you're disappointing others. But if you're really clear within yourself about what is healthy and best, then you'll be able to release any guilt you feel about that, to let go of any insecurities about disappointing others. So, as the saying goes, know thyself. Know what is healthy, what is optimal for you, what helps you maintain your balance. As you attend to that, as you maintain that balance for yourself, that will ultimately serve the greater good. You're not ultimately saving the world or serving the well-being of others by overextending yourself, by draining your energy, by scattering your attention, by not functioning at your optimal level. So in that scenario, it's important to know that you can put yourself first to ensure that you're taking care of your own well-being so that you can be in a state, in a place where you can effectively do whatever part you're playing to assist others. Since the world that we're in is one that's very much driven by information, by instant communication, we are faced with this task, this challenge of finding that balance, of managing how we deal with information and communication. I appreciate each of you for taking your time to view this video. For those that are interested in personal growth and spirituality and holistic health and well-being, I invite you to watch more of my videos and to visit my website www.phinsights.com. That's PHINSIGHTS.com. For now, I want to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.